Okay, so you have a slight age gap between the person that you're dating. Let's say it's over 10 years, 15, maybe even 20 years. Does the age gap matter when it comes to love? Hey everyone, I'm Renee Slansky. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Apologies for my very bare set. I am in the middle of moving, so you'll just have to pretend that it's all fabulous, and in the meantime, I've overcompensated with this amazing leather jacket. Age gap is something that is, a question that I get asked all the time because it is a reality. I know that when I was in my 20s, I was dating men that were, 15 to 17. I think the oldest I dated was 20 years older than me. But when I was in my 20s and I was dating, men in their late 30s and 40s, there wasn't really an element in my mind that I was going to settle down with that guy. And so we need to ask ourselves, does the age gap actually matter when it comes to love? Now, I have met couples that are out there who are having an incredible relationship and an incredible marriage, and there is a 15 to 20 to 25 year age gap between some of them. And then I've met people who've been, the same age, and there is, so many issues. I think what we need to remember when it comes to the age gap is these three things. The first thing we need to know is that age does not necessarily represent compatibility, but it does contribute to it in some way. And the way that it does is when we are at a certain age in our life, obviously we usually experience things by a certain age. Your level of maturity emotionally and mentally is quite different when you're in your 20s as opposed to your 40s. So when you're dating someone who is the same age as you can tend to relate a little bit more, usually because you're in the same kind of season of life. When you're dating someone who is a lot older than you or a lot younger than you, what happens is that you might feel that you can't relate to them as much purely because they haven't experienced as much as what you have actually experienced, or you're feeling that they are wanting different things. For example, if you are a woman who is in your 40s and you're dating a guy who is in his 20s, he might not be ready to settle down and have children where that's all you can actually think of. So you have to ask yourself, are we compatible in such a way that we're able to want the same things and head in the same direction? A lot of the times we confuse chemistry with compatibility. And what happens is our emotions and that attraction can really get in the way of what just basically logically makes sense and what it actually takes to have a relationship that can go the distance as such. When you allow attraction to overrule, I guess, true compatibility, which again, like I said, is being on the same page, wanting the same thing and being able to balance each other out and head in the same direction, then you're setting yourself up for possible heartache because you'll be so focused on the attraction that you're not going to feel fulfilled in other areas of the relationship, and that's going to cause tension. The second thing you need to ask yourself is, what does it really mean to you? Because chances are you're going to have a lot of people actually come along and say, oh, well, you shouldn't be dating someone so old or so young. Now, I am the first person to tell you that do not worry about trying to, please everyone else. Your relationship is your relationship. But at the same time, you probably will have scrutiny, and you need to be okay with that. And I'm not saying that because you have to kind of justify your relationship to everyone or be prepared for this battle, but I just want to make sure that you are dating that person for the right reason and from the right mindset, that you're not trying to hold on to the past or your youth as such if you're dating someone quite young. Or if you're dating someone a lot older than you, that you're not trying to have a father figure in your life because you never had that growing up. It's really important to make sure that whoever you date, no matter their age, no matter the age gap, and no matter where you are in life, that you're doing it for the right reasons and with the right sort of intention behind it, meaning that you aren't trying to make up for stuff that you might be lacking within yourself, or you're not trying to hold on to something because it represents a temporary high. It's important to really be aware of who it is that we are connecting ourselves with and why it is that we're connecting ourselves with that person as well. Because if you want to have a relationship that actually lasts, it's not going to be dependent on the age gap. It's going to be dependent on your mindset, your heart, and whether or not you guys are actually going to be compatible. And the third thing is this: are you prepared for the consequences? Now, what I mean by this is kind of everything that I just kind of said combined. When we date someone who is younger than us and we're wanting commitment and they don't, then we need to be prepared for the fact that that relationship might not actually last. Or if we date somebody who is actually older than us by quite a while, then there is a chance that we could actually outlive them. Now, the last thing I want you to do is go and start, dating in fear, or, locking yourselves away from people that you are attracted to just because you have this fear of what could happen. It's not about that. I just want you to be aware of the bigger picture. There really is no right or wrong answer when it comes to this sort of question. All I want to do is just raise some of the sort of issues that may come to the surface if you do date someone where there is quite a substantial age gap. As I said, what it comes down to is whether or not you are compatible with that person, if you're wanting the same things in life, if you're able to build the type of relationship that you both want, and it's not one person compromising everything and the other person getting whatever it is that they want. The last thing that you want to do is feel that you have to give up your true desires, whether it's a family or whether it's settling down or whether it's not settling down purely because the other person wants that. A relationship is about a two-way street, and that's why most people find that when you date someone around a similar sort of age group or a similar sort of season, and you're both, in that sort of mode where you're wanting these sort of same things, then that is what's going to be able to give your relationship a really strong foundation to be able to go the distance. Well, there you go. I really hope that answered your question in a roundabout kind of way. I have actually done a blog for this on my blog, so I will put the link below as well if you're wanting some more information. And if you have any questions, don't forget to email me at hello@reneeslansky.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Until next time, bye for now.